I recently shared with you how to pre-qualify a buyer so that you're not wasting your time. So on this video, I'm going to share with you exactly how to pre-qualify a seller so that when you do end up meeting with them, you get that listing. What's going on, everyone? Loida with Team BC at eXp Realty. So let's say that you have a seller lead. I know you're probably super excited. You're already counting how much your paycheck is going to be. But first, let's make sure that you're actually working with a motivated and serious seller. So some of the questions that you want to find out as you're talking to this potential homeowner is that you want to find out exactly what is their motivation for wanting to sell. Are they relocating to another state? Are they looking to upsize, downsize? Are they getting divorced? Did someone pass away? You want to find all of this out because this will determine how motivated they are to sell this property. Now, maybe they are just thinking they want to sell because they know that it has been a seller's market and they want to take advantage of the fact that there has been very low inventory. So they want to cash out and want to move somewhere else. So once that is determined, that'll help you figure out exactly how you can help them the best way that you can. As you're talking to them, you also want to find out what their time frame is. Are they looking to move immediately? Are they looking to move by the end of the year, next year? What does that time frame look like? Something that you will hear a lot of homeowners say is that they are not in a rush. Now, if you hear that, this is what you need to say. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I understand that you're not in a rush, and that's great. However, the market is shifting, so we want to make sure that you take advantage of being able to sell your property for the most. And right now, we are still seeing some pretty low inventory, so I would recommend for us to take a look and see what it would take for you to sell your property in this moment and how much you can get to possibly make the move to XYZ, wherever it is that they want to move to. You see, when people say that they're not in a rush, this is just kind of a way of them saying, hey, like, I want to move, but don't pressure me. But, you know, as a real estate agent, we need to figure out, again, what that motivation is. You all know at the time of this recording that the real estate market is changing. You know, homes are not getting 100 offers in 2 days. They're taking a little bit longer to sell. We are starting to see price reductions in some areas. A lot of buyers are now able to get into properties because of the way that the market is shifting. Interest rates have gone up. So at the end of the day, if you are working with a seller, you need to let them know that we don't know how much longer this is going to last. And if they end up waiting 2, 3, 5 months, perhaps what they can get then is not the same amount of what they can get now. So if they're okay with getting a little bit less later on in the future, will they be okay with that? Now, again, I don't have a crystal ball to determine, you know, how much properties are going to rise or fall in the next couple months. However, as a real estate agent and when I'm working with sellers, I go based off of the recent activity of what has happened in that neighborhood to educate my seller as to what the best decision might be for them right now. Other questions that you want to ask is whether or not the property is paid off or if they still have a mortgage on it. If there's anything negative that a buyer would notice. So for example, Mr. Seller, is your property right next to the train tracks? Because you know that can possibly affect the price of your property if we list it. Or if it's on a main street, if it has a garage or no garage. I mean, there's so many little things that you need to be able to take into account because it might affect the value of that property. And ultimately, you want to make sure that if you do set an appointment, you want to confirm and triple and quadruple confirm that all of the decision makers will be present. Now, by decision makers, I'm talking about anyone that is involved in saying yes or no, we're going to hire a real estate agent right now. Some of them are not even going to be on the title. But you know what? You want to make sure that everyone is there because this will prevent the seller from telling you, you know what, Loida, everything looks good. However, I have to run all of this by my kids, by my wife, by my husband, by my sister, whoever it is. And again, we want to make sure that when we are setting appointments and going on these listing appointments, if we're meeting with everyone, we hopefully want to walk away with a listing agreement signed. I will be doing my next new Agent Bootcamp in August, so make sure that you go to the link in the description box below to sign up for my waitlist. Ultimately, you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. But the more prepared that you are, the more questions that you ask to a seller to make sure that you can actually help them, they're motivated and they're serious, This is what's going to let them see that you're the best person that they need to hire to help them with their real estate need. Now, another thing that you need to figure out how to do is how to connect the dots for their next place. So let's say a seller tells you that they're thinking about selling and now they want to relocate to another state. Your job now, if they don't have an agent already, is to connect them with an agent that you know will help them to the best way that they can, so that at the end of the day, they have a very smooth transition from where they live to where they're moving. At the end of the day, as real estate agents, you need to understand that we are problem solvers. So a lot of these homeowners have a certain situation or a certain reason as to why they're looking to sell. So if you're able to paint a picture as to how the entire transaction is going to go from the moment that they sign with you to the moment that they're packing their bags, moving out and moving to their next place, this is what's going to give them the confidence to know that they made the right decision in going with you. So hopefully now you have a better idea as to how to pre-qualify a seller. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.